Hi, it's Mel's Red Songbird in New York City. I'm going to start this video. You're looking at a Why Talk and Share picture of a AI or a robot, or I think that's what you call them. Anyway, why talk and share? You talk and share so that you can clear your mind and function in the present, which is where reality is. So you talk and share to get in touch with reality. All right. The Wild Card by Western Journal. Donald Trump tweet at Real Donald Trump. The 10th Sikh Guru, this is who Donald Trump was, Gobind Singh Ji, Jesus Christ Conscience, tweeted, I look forward to hosting right out of the great state of South Carolina. And he's talking about the football team, the college football team that won. All right. Now this, in April 2018, and at the time of Aries, April is Aries, North Carolina is where Jesus Christ, Gurinder Singh, this is Gurinder Singh, oops, this thing is caught, oops. All right, here we go. This Gurinder Singh married Mary on the left. Okay. So in 2018, April, Jesus Christ, Gurinder Singh married and impregnated Mary, his first century wife, now the Michelle Birdsong, his 20th century disciple. New York City, Manhattan, Chelsea, was the site where a few days later her father, the son, also impregnated her. She is carrying twins, immaculately conceived, due to come to this world as King Charan Singh, Jesus Christ, first and 20th century, Santa Claus, his new mother, Mary, and the Michelle Birdsong had been Mrs. Santa Claus. Okay, so these twins are due St. Valentine's Day, February 14, 2019, in Manhattan, New York. Okay. Jesus Christ, 21st century Gurinder Singh. The Buddha was also Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, and St. Valentine. Valentine decoded. So the twins are going to be born on Jesus Christ's birthday, on St. Valentine's Day. And Valentine decoded is Vale in terrestrial Isaacs. 10, there's 10, T-I-N, 10 man energy. 10 man energy. A heart, now that's from the Wizard of Oz. Remember the 10 man thought he didn't have a heart. A heart full of love is returning to us, just as this 10 man's heart was returned to him by confirmation, by it being written that he is entitled to and qualified to have a heart. Is that right? How did they give him a heart? Somehow they confirmed his having a heart. So the heart, love is returning to us, and Jesus Christ, 21st century, has returned to us in the form of Gurinder Singh Dillon, Marshall Dillon, the smoking gun. Okay. I was watching 142, number 142, A Blueprint to Insanity on the Owen Benjamin channel. Owen Benjamin thinks it's okay to eat a chicken because a chicken is retarded, he says. Is a chicken retarded? If a chicken was in a human form, he would be retarded. A chicken in a chicken form is just a chicken. Okay. So, who advocates eating the retarded? I wrote. Benjamin's heart is hard at times, like when he said about Paul McCartney's having married a one-legged bitch who once took him for $1 billion. Was McCartney's wife really a dog? You hear that dog barking? Yeah. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Dogs lick their asses, then lick you in the mouth. Benjamin's dog put his big ass in Benjamin's lap. Benjamin looked ridiculous holding the big dog. Dogs are for people who are desperate for love. Is Benjamin so desperate for love that he's got to embrace a nasty dog and close his eyes to the fact that he's embracing a nasty dog? His dog's name is George. Does he think he's friends with George Washington? I mean, I don't get why he wants to be friends with a dog. They can't talk. You can't satisfy your intellect with them. Benjamin keeps saying he doesn't speak English. He doesn't speak Spanish either. He doesn't speak human. That's the point. I'm a huge fan of Benjamin, who was Lenny Bruce, who was Tchaikovsky, and I'm a huge fan of Alex Jones, who was Paul Revere. Huge fan of Steven Crowder. I can't remember who he was. I know he was Pocahontas' man's name. I just can't remember what his name was. And I'm a huge fan of Stefan Molyneux, who was Aristotle. I was Socrates. I found Benjamin through Alex Jones. I like that Benjamin's consistent. I still accept Jordan Peterson's truths, however. He's not an idol. He's not my idol. I don't have an idol. He, like everyone else, is flawed. Peter's right. It is monstrous to eat soon-to-be chickens' bodies, liquid chicken bodies, talking about eggs, they call them. I disagree with Peter, however, about abortion. What kind of bully coward kills an unarmed... This is a new topic. What kind of bully coward kills an unarmed animal? And what kind of bully coward kills a baby in the womb with no way to defend itself? It's savages. We're talking. These people are not listening to their consciences. What kind of bully coward kills an unarmed animal, then eats him? I'm talking about like a cow or a goat or a chicken or like that. A savage. Look into the eyes of an animal. Look into the eyes of a chicken. That's what Robin did. And she called me on the phone, Mom, somebody's in there. I said, of course, dear. He has a soul. He's got a spark of the divine in him. And fortunately, Robin, who lives in the UK, was and is a lacto-vegetarian. She doesn't eat the animals, so she can meet their eyes stare. She can look at them and without having a guilty conscience and without fear. Someone's in there. He or she can feel the pain you inflict on him or her indirectly when you kill him to eat him. Okay? And then what does this say? 3% of the population is doing 70% of the murders. Oh, that's about black people and how they've changed. Benjamin was talking about how they were doing really well, better than white people in some cases, before the 60s when Lyndon Johnson and the Demon Rats made them enter into a welfare state. And now, though they're just 3% of the population, they can commit 70% of the murders. That's how far down they've come, the masses of blacks. FYI, for your information, Benjamin, we have conditioned free will. He keeps talking about we have free will. The truth is, King Charan Singh said, and he knows, we have conditioned free will, because he's a mystic, a saint. Been meditating for 40 years in this life, and for 3 other lifetimes he's been meditating. So we don't pick our parents, okay? That's why we have conditioned free will. Our parents condition our behavior. Our behavior is conditioned based on what we got approval for. If we got approval for being a little boy who dresses like a girl, like Desmond, then that's what we do. That's not free will, totally, because if he had total free will, he wouldn't humiliate him. He wouldn't humiliate himself like he does. But children are dirt under the feet of the parents. They'll do anything for the parents' attention and approval, and that's what the boy's doing. And his parents look retarded, so I guess they are retarded. So let your child do like that. To, go on Good Morning America and switch around like a little girl. It looked ludicrous. I could laugh at him, except he's so tragic. He's stuck with those stupid parents. Okay, so plants evolved from a single cell. Let me put this. I like to put the camera on a picture. Okay, plants evolved from a single cell. Hundreds of trillions of years is meaningless. Time is a man-made construct, so everything doesn't happen at once. Okay, I'm dealing with Benjamin's argument about how can a dandelion turn into an ant. It would take billions and billions and billions of years, he says. And that's why I said time is a man-made construct, so everything doesn't happen at once. We didn't come from plants. We came from nothing. Invisible energy. Govinda Singh, Jesus Christ stops time for me so I can finish the Judgment Day report. And also, I saw time stand still years ago before I knew Govinda Singh, Jesus Christ. Okay? So don't get hung up thinking time is what it appears to be. On the astral plane, I think one day on the physical plane is equal to 100,000 days on the astral plane. So you don't know what you're talking about, Benjamin. You're out of your league because we're talking spiritual truths. Okay? I'm not an expert. Govinda Singh is. He teaches spirituality. And so did Charan Singh. That's why I quote them, because I trust them, because they have done so many supernatural blessings for me that they have proven they know more than anybody I've ever known or heard about or read about or could imagine. There are 8,400,000 species we can be. Benjamin makes a joke about Jesus getting chicks because his arms were outstretched. And Benjamin stretches out his arms, as if welcoming women, when really his hands were nailed to the cross. I didn't think that was funny. I almost started to cry as Mary, Jesus Christ's first century was my husband. And I still have pain when I think about him going through that pain. And Benjamin has no imagination or no empathy or the hardest heart of anyone I've ever heard of that he can joke like that. That's not funny. Charan Singh said a joke is when everybody thinks it's funny. I didn't think that was funny. I thought that was cold-hearted and cruel, and I wanted to smack him in his face. Okay, and then I say, Benjamin is part Jewish. The Jews are the first principal reason Jesus' arms were outstretched, hands and feet nailed to the cross. Jews, including Benjamin, are hard-hearted because they have been burying their real feelings of compassion ever since they ignored their conscience and condemned Jesus Christ to death by telling Herod, kill him, kill that rabbi. Okay? Benjamin, okay, that's that point. So they never got to their real feelings, because had they felt remorse even and apologized to Mary and to the Christians about having their Savior killed, they would have felt something, and maybe they would have cried, and they would have been more human. That is why they're so hard-hearted. That is why they can do the dirtiest tasks in the world, like be bankers and make. You give them $100, they loan out $80 and make money off of your $100. So they're bankers, and then they finance both sides of wars. And some say the Rothschilds family start the wars so they can make money. You see, so they never felt their first regret, remorse, pain for Christ. So they just keep piling. They keep piling atrocity up on atrocity until the hearts get harder and harder, and they can do more and more dastardly things. You know, now they're the 6 corporations that run the media, and we know the media are traitors. You know, they're against America's best interests. Okay, so that's what that's about. Benjamin is constantly using the word retarded, idiot, moron, stupid. Is he speaking what he is? I thought about it. I don't think that he is stupid, moronic, idiotic, or retarded. Except when you don't acknowledge your feelings, it does dim your vision. You can't see as clearly. Your mind is not as clear. So since he is part Jewish, and the Jews don't see what a horrible thing that they did, the worst thing in the world, when they condemned a perfect man, Jesus Christ, the Son of the Son, to death. So maybe he is. I was going to take it back and say that he sees retarded, idiots, morons, and stupid people in other people. And that could still be true. But that doesn't mean he himself is not retarded, idiotic, moronic, and stupid. Okay? Because to say something about Paul McCartney's wife like that, to me, was pretty damn stupid and cold-hearted, and proved that he's not listening to his conscience, because his conscience would have said, don't say something that cruel about that girl, even if she was a bitch. It's just really not going to help anything to say that. And other cripples are going to feel embarrassed and hurt by that. So I think a little compassion was in order. And if Paul McCartney is so not a biased person against abnormalities, that bodes well for him. Obviously, Benjamin, how would he feel, if his son had been stretched out, hands and feet nailed to a cross, Would he find that funny? Would he find it funny if his wife got hit by a car and had to have her leg amputated, and all of a sudden he's got a one-legged bitch for a wife? We gotta think. And Benjamin said, comics don't talk about cripples and people like that. Well, he talked about a cripple, and so he can't say it was funny. I guess he was angry. Okay, does a dandelion, he keeps saying, how does a dandelion become an ant? Dandelion, let's see what that is. Daughter, and angel, Evangeline, Eve, Angeline, A-N-D-E, Anderson, Will. Okay, that was my maiden name, Anderson. I am the daughter of the son and angel Evangeline Anderson, you could say, yeah. And her son, my son, Sing Birdsong, is a grandson of the sun. Oh, this thing keeps getting caught. Oh, okay. My son, Sing Birdsong, is a grandson of the sun. My brother, Govinda Singh, Jesus Christ, is son of the sun. Okay. The Father and I are one. One son, one son. There? Okay. We didn't come from plants. We came from nothing. Govinda Singh. Oh, okay, I read that already. Let's see. I read that too. Oh, okay, it's time to turn the page. Okay. Benjamin says, there is no evidence that we came from, no, he said more. There is more evidence that we came from aliens. Right. I put right in big letters, right. He is a genius. For those who did come from the sun, i.e. Govinda Singh, son of the sun, I just showed you him, and members of the Holy Royal Family, for example, Eve was the daughter of the sun, so they came from aliens, or we came from aliens. Benjamin says Jews and Japs were the first groups made by aliens. Aliens decoded. A will Isaac's lies, energy in nature's secrets. Okay, Isaac's intimate pleasure lies in the energy of nature's secrets. Okay, so if you know nature's secrets, you have a lot of pleasure, intimate pleasure. Especially finding them out, because as I write and find out nature's secrets, I get immense pleasure. Okay, decoding secrets. She see energy in creatures created with talk and share. Okay, that's self-explanatory, right? From Eve. Thank you, Father, for giving me light to see the answer to Benjamin's question. From Father, the Son, he says, it's what you said, daughter. Everyone can know what they have a right to know. As mother of the earth, Eve, heart, H-E-A-R-T, you have a right to know, and therefore can know nature's secrets. I only ask that you share what is revealed to you personally by your writing, and from me, the Son, your Father, from Govinda Singh, Jesus Christ, and from others. All right, that's good news. He's given me permission to tell you what he tells me. Okay. Owen Benjamin is husband of the daughter of the sun in a past life, mother of the earth, Eve. Oh, and Benjamin is a projection of Jesus Christ, Govinda Singh. Therefore, he is an alien. He is from the sun, the star, the extraterrestrial. Okay? Alright, I think I'm going to stop now and make another video for the rest of the information. This is Miles Red Songbird, Eve Evangeline Einstein in New York City. Talk to you again for the next video, on the next video.